It's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to kick off my New Year New Reads Readathon vlog for you guys. There's a lot going on. It's Monday morning. They're mowing the grass. My husband's working. I had some things that I was trying to catch up on from yesterday. Graphics for my Patreon, vacuuming, putting up the rest of our Christmas stuff. We always wait to take down our Christmas decorations, our Christmas tree after the 12 days of Christmas, and then the weekend following that is when we usually work on that. So I worked on that all day yesterday, packed up everything. All of those boxes are sitting by the door. We still have the very last bit, our tree, to put up. So we're still working on that, but oh, I had to change out the table linens. I had to bring the furniture back in here where our tree was and stuff like that. So it's been a busy morning. It was very busy yesterday, but I'm here to talk to you about my TBR for the readathon. If you missed my January TBR video, I did talk about all of these books in that video, and any readathons that I do, I will most likely include in my monthly TBR videos, but these are the books that I'm going to be reading. The first book is Mr. Perfect by Linda Howard. I'm reading this for a new to me author. This author has been around for a while. They actually have a long backlist, so if I enjoy this, I can try to get to other books. Now, this book was published 23 years ago, so I'm sure some of the information and the writing and stuff like that is going to be dated, but I'm going to keep that in mind as I go through with this. This is a romantic suspense about a group of friends that creates a list of a man that is perfect. Like these traits would constitute a perfect man, and then I think that man materializes and the story goes from there. A book that I meant to get to last year was The Lost Girls of Willowbrook by Ellen Marie Wiseman. This was one of my friend Lena's favorite book from Lena's bookshelf, her favorite book of 2022, and ever since her vlog I have been wanting to read it, but I just never got around to it, so I'm making it a priority, Lena. And then last but not least, a new addition to my shelf is Vinyl Resting Place by Olivia Black. I got this for Christmas from my friend and patron Kayla. Thank you again, Kayla. But I actually heard about this book from Keisha from A Book Like You, who is also a co-host for this readathon, so I thought that was kind of fitting. But yeah, this is the Record Shop Mystery Series. This is book number 1, and it's a family business. It's a sip and spin record store, a record/coffee shop in Cedar River, Texas. They knew there could be some scratches on the track, but no one was expecting to find a body deader than disco in the supply closet.
Welcome everyone. We are so excited to kick off a new year, new reads tonight.
Day 2 of the New Year, New Reads readathon. I'm sitting outside the library. I have some holds to pick up. And I had so much fun on reading sprints last night, but I did want to address something very quickly. Last night, after the reading sprints, I went to check my notifications because I know a lot of you are tagging the hosts in the New Year, New Reads readathon. And I love that, and I love seeing like all of your pictures and everything like that. I got a message last night in my DMs on Instagram, and honestly, I know that this person had the best intentions and that they were just checking in on me and making sure I was okay. But the way they did that and the words that they said really hurt me. And I know it's not like a big thing, and I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than I should, but I just wanted to address it because, you know, my life is my life, and as much as I like to share on the internet, there are some things that I want to keep private, but I feel like I'm a pretty open person. I mean, when I'm tired, I'm gonna say I'm tired. When I'm upset, I'm gonna say I'm upset. But last night, I had literally the best time with some of my closest friends on the internet. And then I go to my Instagram DMs and someone says that, "Are you okay? You look tired." And I played it off because like I wasn't wearing makeup on the live show last night. I'm wearing makeup now. So maybe, but I also did just wake up. So do I look tired? Maybe. But like last night, I just got out of the shower. My hair was wet. I was running late. I decided like, I don't need to put on makeup. I'm just going to hang out with my friends. And then someone said I look tired. And I know I need to have a thick skin, but you never know how like words like that can affect someone. And I just want to say that like, if you're watching this video and you're that person, like your words did actually hurt me. So I just want you to know that, because I tried to respond and say like, oh, it's probably because I wasn't wearing makeup. And like, you were like, okay, well, because I know our mental health can take a toll at this time of year, and it looks like you were either tired or recently crying. Like, no, I was perfectly 100% okay, but now that I'm getting these DMs, I'm not okay. Thanks. So I'm going to try to let it go and try to make today a really positive day. I have a lot of fun things going on today. I am picking up books from the library. I'm going to hopefully finish Final Resting Place. I'm meeting up with some local friends for the very first time. We're going book shopping, so I'm very excited about that because it's a release day, like a big release day. And then also my friend Lena from Lena's Bookshelves, she doesn't know, and nobody else really knows, but tomorrow is her birthday. And Jessie from Reading with Jess is doing reading sprints tonight, but she's making it seem like it's just her and Lena, but actually there's going to be more of us popping into that live show, and we're going to do games and reading sprints and all of that to like celebrate her birthday. It's going to be like a little surprise party. So I'm going to link that live show down below in case you happen to have missed it. But I hope that Lena feels the love tonight, because I know it's like a big birthday coming up for her. And I know she's a little bit wary about it. But I'm so excited to hang out with more of my friends tonight. Hopefully I don't look tired. I'm going to try. But yeah, I just wanted to address that because it really did affect me, because I'm very self-conscious about the way that I look, and for someone to say that I look tired. It just made me so upset. So now this is what I look like when I recently cry. So I don't know, do a comparison shot. Like, so I'm gonna go to the library and pick up my books. I'm gonna go to Target, and I'm gonna have a great day. I'm not gonna think about that comment literally anymore, but just know, like, know your audience. You know, if someone can take a comment like that, great, but there's no reason for anybody to say that. Like, my best friends would not say that to me, so I don't know. Anyway, talk to you guys later. I'm at Barnes & Noble now. I'm early, of course. I'm really excited. I thought it would be fun to meet up on like New Release Tuesday. I have like 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm here at Barnes & Noble. So I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm gonna probably like FaceTime some people and stuff, but that's what I'm up to. Also, I did finish Vinyl Resting Place, so I will update you on that later. Good morning, friends. It is day 3 of the readathon, and I'm finally here with a reading update. It's been a while since I've updated you on books. So the very first day of the readathon, I did finish Mr. Perfect by Linda Howard, and I'm rating the story 3 out of 5 stars. I do think it's a little bit dated as far as like it was written in 2000, but it feels like it was written in the 80s, or at least it was written in the 2000s to sound like it was in the 80s. But it's about these women. I don't remember all of their names, but there's like 4 women, A, B, C, and D, and they all work together at the same office, and they meet after work one night to go grab drinks. And during those drinks and their chat, they decide to talk about what constitutes the perfect man. So like, what would be Mr. Perfect? And they come up with this list, and they're talking it through, and they're having a lot of fun with it. You know, it's just the girlfriends. So some of them have men in their lives, some of them do not. And then the next day, this newsletter comes around the office, and the list is in the newsletter, and they're shocked. Like, how did this get out? What happened? Well, one of them like got drunk and told another friend about the list, said, oh my gosh, me and blah blah blah, these 3 people were sitting down having this chat about what makes the perfect man, and they actually published it. Well, it goes viral, and I mean, I'm talking unbelievably viral, like not only in the office, but on like the news. So is it unbelievable that it got that popular? Yes, absolutely. But because of that list, someone starts targeting them and prank calling them and trying to figure out who A, B, C, and D are. They know like which like group of women are the 4, but they don't know who is A, who is B, who is C, and who is D. And they seem to have like a certain vendetta against one of the women, and then people start dying. It was fun for what it was, you know. And then that night during reading sprints on Keisha's channel, I picked up Vinyl Resting Place, and I read a pretty good chunk, like maybe this much. And then yesterday I did finish this up, and I'm rating Vinyl Resting Place by Olivia Black 4 out of 5 stars. This is what I typically rate cozies. Cozies seem to be like a 4-star rating for me. I loved the sister dynamic. I love the record / coffee shop store. I loved that it was Juniper coming back to her home. She went to like Oregon, and now she's like back in Texas with her family, and they're very, very close. It's like their mom and the 3 girls, and then their Uncle Calvin. I guess their grandfather or grandparents used to run the record store, and now they have renovated it and, you know, made it into what it is. And during their grand opening, you know, there's a lot of people there from the town and stuff like that, and they're closing up the shop at the end of the night, and they find a dead body in the supply closet, and the victim is clutching one of her Uncle Calvin's business cards. And so he's like, you know, the prime suspect. Well, he goes on the run, and now that makes him look even more guilty. But they know that their Uncle Calvin would never kill anybody, so they're trying to figure out who done it, specifically Juniper. So Juniper is the main character. I was a little bit worried in the beginning because it is about 3 sisters, and that reminded me of what's that one that I read, the witchy one that I read that had cozy mystery, the one by Aurora Lee Wallace. I can't even think of the title, but that had like a niece and 2 aunts, and I was really worried that because there were 3 characters in this, that it was going to feel like they were all the main character. So in the beginning there is like definitely the sister dynamic, but it does break them apart, and Juniper is more like the lead than I felt like it was in that other book. So I was happy about that. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun getting to know some of the family, the businesses, and the people that run them, and the people in their lives. And there's like these 2 guys that like one Juniper dated before, and then like one was her best friend, but he's a guy. So I don't know, I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen? So, and it seems like they're both into her, you know, so it should be interesting as the series continues. And happy to note that I think the 2nd book comes out in June. So I'm definitely going to be reading that, and I want to continue with the series as long as it holds my attention. Hello friends. How awkward is this if I film with my sunglasses on? Because it is bright out here, y'all. I am not complaining. It is like 72 degrees here today. So long story short, I didn't read anything yesterday, and I obviously really need to read today. So I took the morning off. I had like a weird sleep thing. I went to bed early last night, so I woke up very early this morning, and then I went about my day. Then I started getting sleepy, so then I took a quick nap. Then I had to go to my chiropractor appointment. I picked up lunch for me and my husband. I came home and I ate. I caught up with some of my friends, and now I am diving back into The Lost Girls of Willowbrook by Ellen Marie Wiseman. It's not that I'm not enjoying the book, but it's one of those books that takes a lot of brain power, and I don't know if I'm in like the best mental health space right now. I've just been feeling very cloudy and very like, I don't know, unmotivated. And I think it's just because I had I took all of November off, which was amazing, but then I really hit the ground running in December for both YouTube and my podcast and all of the things. And then January, and then it's like a new year, you have to hit the ground running again. And I feel like sometimes I just need to allow myself to have time off. And I feel like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I was very, very busy, and you know, with the readathon and everything, and with things going on in my personal life. And then yesterday I took the day off, which was good, but at the same time, like, I still worked a lot, and I still was like thinking about the reading, like I couldn't let my brain rest, if that makes sense. But anyway, long story short, I'm reading this book now. I'm almost to 100 pages in. I'm on page 98, and it's just traumatizing. Like, Sage had no idea how bad this place was, and I guess like the general perception is that it's a school for people with developmental, you know, disabilities, illnesses, like whatever. And it is so bad. The treatment, the nastiness, the unsanitary, it's just terrible.
Hello. I like never know if it like actually started or not, but I think we're
like
good.
Awkward pause, like, is it ready?
Hello. How about you, Gwen?
My name is Gwen, my channel name is Gwendolyn Kinsinger, and I'm going to be reading Off the Deep End, which is a thriller about a woman that crashes her car into an icy lake, and she had her son and this other boy around her son's age. It was like a neighbor's son that she picked up and was like doing a favor and picking him up from school or something like that. And so they crash in this lake, and she's only able to save one of them, and she thinks she has her son, but when she gets to the surface, she realizes she has the neighbor's son, and her son is still down in the lake. So she tries to go back down there and save him, and it's too late. And now, so you're like, okay, so she lost her son, and now it's 10 months later, and the boy that she saved, Isaac, has gone missing, and they think it might be her, but there's also this like serial killer that has been like kidnapping these boys in the Midwest, and they think that it might be related to that. But what's her name? Jules. Yeah, Jules is in this like group home. Like she kind of like lost her marbles a little bit, like from the trauma and stuff like that. So they're like, she's mentally unstable. She probably had something to do with it. And you're just trying to figure out like what's going on. But super good.
And you've already started it?
Yeah, I started it earlier today. Made it to chapter 10, page 108.
And you're like,
It's a good like.
I want to read that like so soon because it's for Jesse's sleep on a
Yeah.
Bed, right? Yeah. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm picking that one up soon. Sounds so good.
Hi friends, it is day 6 of the New Year New Reads Readathon, and I just want to go ahead and close out this weekly vlog. I didn't have a good week, to be completely honest. It had nothing to do with the readathon. The readathon was definitely like a highlight of my week, but I just haven't been in the best like mental health space. I think it has a lot to do with the books that I was reading, the comment that was made to me earlier on in the week, some things that are going on in my personal life, my husband's job, all of the things, you know, but I wanted to push through and put together a vlog so I can remember this week and try to remember all of the fun that I had. I already talked to you about Mr. Perfect by Linda Howard. I ended up reading that story 3 stars, and then I read Final Resting Place by Olivia Black and gave that 4 stars, and then I managed to read 2 more books. So this was the last official book on my TBR, The Lost Girls of Willowbrook by Ellen Marie Wiseman. And I read this for a book that I meant to read last year. It could also count by an author that I have never read from before, but it will not be the last time that I read from this author. I specifically want to read their book. Let me look, it's in the back here, What She Left Behind, which is also a historical fiction novel, but it does have an asylum, institution, mental hospital in it, and I am looking to read more of those types of books. The story that she told was like multi-layered. It had awesome characters. It was horrifying. There were some twists and turns that I saw coming. There were some twists and turns that I did not see coming. And at the end of finishing it, I was like, that is a solid 4-star read. But as I sat down to write my review, it started becoming more of a 5-star read for me. So I ended up rating it 5 stars on Goodreads, but it's somewhere between like a 4 and a 5. I do use whole star rating, so I won't give it like a 4.5. It's either a 4 or it's a 5. My only nitpicky thing about this, and I've already talked about it possibly in the vlog, is that I kind of became a little bit numb to the fact of the conditions of this, like the Willowbrook school and the conditions there, and that's never a good thing. Like I said, I don't know if it was just because it was kind of repetitive, you know, BC smeared on the wall, you know, people missing limbs, dead bodies laying there, everybody drinking out of the same cup, everybody having to use the same towel to dry off, like things like that. Like, it was horrifying, like 100%. But because I was so immersed in it for such a long period of time, my mind either like blocked it out to protect itself, or it just kind of became numbing hearing about it over and over again. But despite that, like, I'm not a reader that needs to be told like things are bad more than once. You know, you tell me things are bad, I'm like, okay, things are bad. but I felt like it just kept talking about it, kind of like I am right now. But anyway, suffice it to say, I loved everything else about the story. I loved that you had like this twin sister plot line, where one is trying to locate the other, and then they get taken mistakenly, you know, taken as their other sister. So there was, like I said, there's multi-layers to the story. You have Sage, who's looking for Rosemary. So you're wondering, okay, what happened to Rosemary? Where is she? Is she alive or is she dead? And what happened to her? And then you have the horrific things that are happening at this state school. And then you have Sage, who's now locked in this Willowbrook state school. And you're wondering, is she gonna get out? So like I said, there's a lot going on. It's not that long of an actual story. It's like right around like 350 pages, 355 pages, but I do think it felt a little long, or maybe it was just that it was slower paced, but I really enjoyed my read of this. Great recommendation, Lena. And then I went ahead and decided to pick up the Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick for January, which is Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry. I have read, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other books. So this is my 7th Lucinda Berry book, and I'm so excited that I read this so close to release, so I don't get like, I know what my feelings are about this book, but they are a little bit conflicted because Lucinda Berry's writing is just like so different than anything else I've ever read. Like, she really does dive into topics that are less talked about unless you're in the field, and I don't know, just like brings up some very interesting characters and characteristics, and how she weaves them together in this fiction story just feels like this could really happen. And I really enjoyed not knowing like what was going on and who to trust, and I liked the multiple points of view. But to be completely honest, I was not a fan of the ending. So I don't know what to rate it. I'm thinking like a 3 or a 4 stars, but I'm gonna wait until I attend the live show with the author, with Lena, with Jessie. Like, tune in, watch, hear the author's thoughts and feelings and stuff, and Jessie's thoughts and feelings and Lena's thoughts and feelings, and then kind of make my final decision. So that's what I ended the readathon with. And now I'm just going to pick up my next book, which is going to be The Obsession by Nora Roberts, and I'm just going to have a nice easy time with that because I think it's over 400 pages. So I won't finish it by the end of the readathon, but I did want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Let me think of an emoji you could leave. Maybe you could leave the water emoji, you know, like the little wave emoji. I think that would be pretty cool. So if you made it to this part in the video, leave a wave emoji if you can't think of anything else to say. And yeah, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.